How does he look? We're trying to get all positioned.
All right. Shalom, 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 shalom to the. What happened?
Like Ari.
Okay. Yeah, I don't.
You don't like what?
That's too far away.
Okay, we'll move it up some. But now you don't have your background.
Nah, that's all right.
I'm gonna move over.
A little bit. So what? Okay.
This is awkward.
Oh, so we're already live. All right. So shalom, everybody. We needed to make this video because the last video that we did about the Sukkot got accidentally erased.
Well, it was my fault. You don't have to. You don't have to.
It was accidentally erased
You don't have to.
by Huda. So many people have been writing me and saying, why did you take the information from Sukkot down? So we're putting it back up right now. And of course, you all know me. I'm Yoshiyahu Daweed. This is my wife, Hulda Daweed. And we are here on behalf of the Ark. I see some of you all already tuning in. Hallelujah to this live feed. I wanted to make an informational video concerning the Feast of Tabernacles 2017. We had such a fantastic time at Passover down at Avila Beach and as well as in Fresno that many of you, matter of fact, almost 100 people have actually asked about what we're doing for Sukkot. So we want to make sure that we put this video out to let you know that we are going to be hosting a Sukkot, which is the Feast of Tabernacle, and it will be October the 4th through October 11th. And we're going to have it at a place called Eastman Lake. I want to say thank you to the people who stepped up on the last video to help us to secure the place. One brother, from the kindness of his heart, wrote and said, Maury, what can I do to make sure that you all get that place secured so we can have Sukkot? And I went online and talked with the brother, and I didn't ask permission to use his name, but he knows who I'm talking about. And he deposited the money so that we could get the place secure. And so we do have the locations that it is now set. It is Eastman Lake. It is in Madera, California. And you can go online, Eastman Lake. You can pull up all the things about the lake.
So it's Eastman. It's spelled Eastman, because
Yeah, Eastman Lake.
Yeah.
All right. So one of the things that we're gonna make sure that everybody does is please go on our website, awakeningremnant.com, and you will see a button that will say Sukkot registration.
Is that what it says? I know I made it, but I can't remember.
I think it says Sukkot registration.
Oh, okay. So it should be at the top. Sukkot it should be Sukkot registration.
Sukkot registration. So you want to click on that. When you click on that, it's going to take you to the reservation page. Please fill out all the information. And if there's anything that's confusing about registration, please don't hesitate to email us, moreyosh@gmail.com.
Go ahead. Also, for the registration, I know some people will pay now, pay before, but make sure you pay, because just to register doesn't necessarily secure your spot if more paid registrants register before the people who just are registering. Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
So at the bottom, after you fill out the registration form, there's actually the form to add whatever your registration packet is to the cart. And so how we kind of worked it out, I don't know if you had this on there, but was that we kind of tried to do it based upon who came for Passover, just looking at family sizes. So if you're a family and you have 2 or more children, then you're only paying for 2 children. And then every child after that is then free, essentially. And all children
7 and under
are free as well. And so that covers their meals and their activities, and they'll get a little bit more into that, but I want to let you know that you'll fill out the registration, but just because you filled out the registration doesn't mean that you actually paid for registration. So we want to have those who register ahead of time, register.
And the reason why we're pushing early registration is because it is a group site, and the group site is limited. So right now we have been approved for, I think, 240 people. So just imagine there's already like 50 people who've already pretty much secured their spot. So what we want you to do is we need you to get in, and if everybody gets in and then there's overflow, there's an opportunity maybe for us to get an adjoining campground, but right now we don't have that. Guaranteed. So that's not guaranteed. So you really need to get it in now. We worked really hard. When you go on the website, you'll see the prices. We worked really hard to make it affordable, pretty much for everybody to make it. It's 4 months away, but don't let that make you slothful, because believe me, it is filling up. So there's some other things we want to say. So make sure you go online, register, and then click on the button that says Sukkot information.
Right.
Okay? It's a very important button, because it's going to tell you, and it's going to answer most of the questions that I know some of you are having right now. Mm-hmm. And so please go on there and read all the things that we wrote down on that Sukkot information page, because that's going to be very helpful for you.
Also, I don't know, we haven't talked about this, but we're live, but I think there should be a cutoff date for registration, because to have to prepare food and do all these things, like if we only have, let's say 180 people that have registered up until, let's say August or September, then we kind of need to prepare, with numbers. So it's for everybody to wait, to the last minute, and then it kind of puts a little crunch on preparing for
everybody. Try to get your registration in, say, by September. And we'll pick a date that will make the
September
cutoff.
1st.
September 1st.
Well, it's October 4th.
Oh, right. So that gives us 30 days to. So by September 1st, everybody who is going to register, please have your registration in by then.
And your money. If you registered ahead of time and you haven't paid your money, we'll make September 1st a cutoff date for all monies as well.
Right. And so that means that you can make payments, that you can get your payment in.
Yeah.
But it's really not that much. You're going to see it when you go on the website. All right, what else do we want to make sure that we cover?
Group site meals provided. So we're providing 2 meals per day.
Right,
so that'll be breakfast and dinner. So lunch you're on your own, but remember there's always going to be probably leftovers for breakfast, and there'll be probably leftovers from the night before. So it's not meaning that if you don't bring your own lunch, you won't have food. But it's kind of like picnic style during lunch. So, this person might have bread, you might have meat. It teaches us how to work together and get along. So it makes you kind of get in the barter system. Who got drinks? Okay, I got, sandwich meat. Who got the mayo? It's really cool. You set up your booth and your table, and we kind of just all go around and share. Make sure that you have snacks for your children.
Oh,
that's something
very
that,
important. Very
a lot
important.
of people forget that, small children need snacks. And so your goldfish or whatever, make sure you provide it, because, those gaps in between meals, as adults, we're good with them, but children, they need their little juice boxes or their snacks, and we can't be responsible for 200 people and their children and their snacks and having kids go, oh, ask Maury or ask Hulda if they we just want to all look out for each other. So if you do bring snacks, I always bring extra for other kids, so other parents, I know you probably do the same, but just be mindful that children will need snacks throughout the day. You'll be able to get ice chests and coolers if you're traveling from far.
Right. Matter of fact, let me mention that now. Eastman Lake is only about 20 miles, about a 20-minute drive, 25-minute drive from town. Even though it seems to be like way in the mountains, it actually is only about 20 minutes from town. So if you need to go back to town to pick up any kind of supplies, food, snacks, ice chests, fill up your ice chests and anything like that, the little town of Madera is right down the street from the place. So you can also, you won't be up there like stuck. You'll be able to go into town, and there's shopping centers and all that kind of stuff that you can get what you need. So
maybe we can have designated people if you guys to do like runs, because everybody's not gonna have a car. So maybe we might have store runs and different things.
I'm gonna get to that in a minute.
Okay.
And that is, but first let me. So we deal with the 2 meals a day, breakfast. Now the reason that lunch is not just a set meal is because during the day there's a lot of activities that people are going to be doing, and we don't want people that, say for instance, decide to go on a hike for the day to feel like, oh, I got to get back for lunch. So the people that are out fishing during the day, the people that are bike riding, the people that are playing baseball, the people that are playing whatever, the people that are in study groups, whatever. So the day is left open on purpose so that you can enjoy the day and do what it is that you want to do, and then we gather back in the evening for our evening meal. So those 2 meals will be provided, which is altogether 14 meals for everybody that's coming. Now, let me just say this. It is camping, but it's not like camping way in the backwoods.
It's glamping.
It's what?
Glamping.
What is it?
This is like glamorous camping.
So there's RV parking. So if you're from California, if you're driving from out of town and you have an RV, feel free to bring it. You can bring it and camp in your RV, but you cannot plug in your AC, okay? Because the power there is only good enough just for
just make small
for little
appliances.
things. It's small appliances.
Yes.
Pretty much lighting is the main thing. Then if you are there, then if you are coming and you're going to get a tent, I suggest that you get a tent that is tall enough for you to stand up in. It does make a difference. If you're only staying overnight, that's no big deal. But if you're going to stay consecutive days, one of the things that will make your camping experience better is if you can get a tent that you can stand up in. If you are driving in, then there's no problem. Just bring your tent. If you're flying in and you don't want to have to try to carry a tent all the way to Madeira, just know that once you get to Madeira or into Fresno, there are plenty of places that you can pick up a tent on your way in and that you can use for the week. Then if you'd like to take it back with you, you could. If you'd like to donate the tent for next year's Sukkot, you can. But those are some things I wanted to make sure I mentioned. Another thing is the weather. As you can see, this is California. I was going to poke fun at my East Coast people, but I'm not going to do that right now, and the northern people. But this is California, and it's sunny, and it's beautiful. During October is one of our most moderate times climate-wise. It's beautiful. It will be a little cool in the morning, but nothing more than like a sweatshirt. And then, of course, the same thing in the evenings. But during the day, just dress nice, just dress normal. And you'll be fine.
Warm weather, 80s, probably some, 80s, high 80s.
So you'll be good.
Fishing.
What else do we have?
Fishing.
Okay, of course we're going to be at a lake. So if you are planning to fish and you are bringing your own equipment, feel free to do that, especially those of you who are locals. But if you don't have your equipment, there will be some equipment provided for you to fish. So if you can't fly your rods all the way across the country, we will have fishing rods and reels here available for you.
You won't have a G Loomis, but
you may not. But you'll have
a carrot stick or a Shimano special.
But it'll get you in the water to have some fun. Also, if you are a boater, if you are in California, or if you're driving in and you have a boat, you can bring your boat, you can launch the boat, you can leave it in the water overnight, or you can trailer it each day. Feel free to bring your boat, whether it is a canoe, whether it is a rowboat, whether it is an aluminum boat, whether it is a full-fledged bass boat or a party barge. Okay, we by renting the campground, we also have access to the boat dock. So if you like boating and you want to hang out and bring your boat, feel free to do that. Remember, life jackets are required, and this is California, so a California license is required for adults 17 and above. 16 and under fish for free.
So we'll provide the link for the fishing license. I can just add it to the registration page or something like that. I'll put it somewhere. Yeah.
All right.
Baptism coming in right now.
Okay, so we're gonna have baptism. I'm really looking forward to it because our daughter Jade has actually said that she wants to be baptized, and she's been talking about it like every day. So we're gonna
every day.
And that's just a beautiful thing that she wants to be baptized with all of you who want to be baptized. We're gonna have a day where we're all gonna march down, singing music, playing the drums. We're gonna go down to the water's edge, and once again, we're gonna baptize those of you who, having been woken to the truth, desire to then be baptized in the truth.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing. I mean, it's absolutely a beautiful thing.
I was gonna make a joke. So Jade, the reason why we knew it was like, this must be the Most High, because Jade won't even let me wash her hair. So for her, I'm like, they have to put you under the water. She's like, no, it's okay. I was like, oh, okay, this must be the Ruach, because hair day is.
So there will be baptism. There will also be a covenant renewal for all of the married couples that are there, and all of the Hebrew Israelites who maybe have gotten together before they were conscious, or before that they had given their all to follow our HaMashiach, and they want to establish a covenant or renew the covenant. We're going to have one of the evenings set apart. I've already spoken to one of my brothers who is going to be there to not only give us instruction and encouragement for couples, but he's also going to lead us in this renewal. It's going to be beautiful under the lights of the evening and by the water. And
we're going to do it too.
Yeah, it's
I
fantastic.
said we're going to do it too.
Yeah, we're definitely going to do it. Yep. Me and her, like, you still want me after all this time, 9 years and 2 babies?
I guess. No.
Our vow is gonna be like, so who gonna do the dishes on Wednesday?
Right, like who's gonna?
No, I'm good. I got them dishes on Wednesday.
What about?
But we're gonna do a covenant renewal. It's gonna be Torah based, y'all. This is gonna be a beautiful thing. Okay. Not only that.
Fireside chats.
Yes. So we'll have fireside chats, probably every night after the keynote speaker. And then we're going to have, during the daytime, we will have small groups that'll be meeting and covering multiple subjects. We're going to be teaching a little Hebrew, hallelujah. We're going to be looking at some of the topics that people question us about all the time, like keeping the Shabbat, keeping the feast days, and things like that. There will be things set up for that during the day.
So a question just came up. I know you're not watching, but somebody said, do you marry at all? And the question would be yes, of course.
Yes. As a matter of fact, we have one couple who I believe is going to be married at this Sukkot. They've been talking about it, and they're really leaning toward their ceremony being held at Sukkot. So that's going to be a marvelous thing to do that. So, of course, if there's others who would like to do it, we'll be glad to do it. It's a great time, too.
So arts and crafts, and then
something. Okay. What else?
You already did daily lessons. Arts and crafts. And
yes. The lake setting is very beautiful.
We can paint.
And so it's going to be a wonderful time if you are an artist to bring your art equipment. If you are a person who likes to do crafts, bring your craft equipment. And I don't know how we're going to do it, but we're going to try to provide things for you to come, and so for adults and children,
and some paper and some color pencils, and we'll try to get some paints. We're not going to have the most expensive stuff because so many people, but we'll try to have some brushes, and we'll have some people designated to kind of care for the brushes so they last throughout the week. So there's sunsets that we'll see. Maybe Maury, because he's an art instructor, will give us some tips on how to paint the sunset or do some painting.
I am an art instructor, by the way.
Yeah, I just said that.
Yeah, I just thought I'd put that out there again.
Shameless plug.
Cause I just shameless plug.
Oh,
yeah.
So we'll try to have that stuff. We'll have some crafts. We'll do some watercolor stuff out there.
It's gonna be
kind of keep it memorable, so you have some stuff to take back with you.
That's good.
We'll do some zeet stuff because we have some stuff left over from.
Very good. We're gonna tie tassels, so those of you who know.
And show different styles of wearing them, and head scarf tying stuff. Maybe a little bit of everything. We'll have a little bit of everything, and I know other people will bring their gifts and their talents and abilities, and we'll
which leads me to my next point.
Okay.
Children. One of the challenges every year, obviously, is what do we do with the kids that come, the children that come. And one of the things that we're going to ask our worldwide family to do is, if you are gifted in that area, we're not going to ask one person to try to take on the whole Sukkot. But if you have gifts and you say, you know what, one day I don't have a problem, I'll teach them some music. I can teach them a dance. We can teach them some arts and crafts or whatever it is. Once again, please email me at moreyosh@gmail.com. Let us know what that gift, that skill, that ability is, and we will definitely try to set it up to where you will be able to
we'll try to provide you with all the stuff you have. And I just want to add to that, because remember, I mean, I know we're all doing these feasts and we're having fun as adults, but if the next generation does not find fun and enjoyability in these feasts, for us it's like, oh, it's all about studying and talking, but they need to have fun so that they continue our culture. And so we want to make it twice as fun for them. We want to put in twice as much effort to make it something that they ask to come to and that they enjoy and it's memorable for them. And so as they grow older, that they keep in contact with the other children in their community and the people that they meet, so that it's something that carries on.
Okay, once again, I want to make sure we bring in I always got to talk about the music. Music will be provided by a live band. We've got some brothers that are super talented, and they're going to be here. If you have talent, singing, dancing, drumming, playing an instrument, or whatever it is, please bring it with you to Sukkot. And we're going to get together and work on some music. We're even planning on writing some songs during that week that are unique to our Sukkot and that will bless the kingdom. So if you are a musician, please use your talent. Sukkot is not the time. This is not for you to be like shy. I mean, this is not like Hebrew Idol, Hebrew Israelite Idol. No, you're not on stage. We're not voting for you and none of that. If you're gifted, bring your gifts. That's all we're saying, so that we can worship together and have a really marvelous time lifting up the name of Yahuwah.
I'm traveling.
All right, now we're getting to the end. Traveling. Okay, I'm gonna say this real slow so that everybody catches it. If you're flying in to California, fly to Fresno. If you're flying to California, you want to fly into Fresno.
Now sorry, because I know people look and they'll go, oh, but it's cheaper to fly to LA. And I'm going to tell you, you're going to drive 3.5-4 hours to Fresno. It's not like one of those places where everything is close. So
Right.
Don't just say, oh, it's $100 cheaper, I'm going to fly into LAX, but then you're going to have to rent a car. You have to put gas in it when you return it. You have to keep it for 8 days.
And it's easily a 4-hour drive, and you might hit traffic, which might make that a 5 or 6 hour drive.
Right. So
flying into Fresno is what you want to do.
And we'll arrange to pick you up if you're flying in. Let us know ahead of time,
Please.
so we can make arrangements. The same thing for people who are coming by train, which means they're coming into
Madera. Okay, so if you're flying, you're gonna fly to Fresno. If you are taking the train, the Amtrak train, you're gonna come to Madera. Okay, you're gonna come to the Madera exit. Believe it or not, the train station is on the road on the way to
Sukkot,
Eastman Lake, to the Sukkot. So it is a quick drive. Like I say, if you come in and we're already there,
somebody can just shoot over and grab
one
you.
phone call in the next
come back.
15 minutes, somebody's there to pick you up, to take you back up there, because the train station is only about 15, at the most 20 minutes from the actual campsite. Okay, so if you're taking train, that's how you're gonna do it. Of course, if you're driving, just go online and type in Eastman Lake, and of course it'll give you how to get there.
Okay, by car, that's pretty much a given.
Yeah.
We'll have the directions. I think they should be in the packet, but if not, we'll have the directions up on where we will be. And we do get moderate to low cell service, so if somebody does get lost, we'll be able to tell you where we are.
Yes.
Adult beverages.
Okay, so at the feast, as well as all the feasts, there is adult beverages. So you've got to be in California. You got to be 21 years or over. Okay, but feel free to bring your own adult beverages and also bring enough to share, because that's what Sukkot is really all about. It's about becoming a community. So we don't want to be like, no, this is mine. You know what I'm saying? I'm just kidding.
We have the best drink, so you want to share.
So you want to share. We're from here, so we know.
We know how to make a Long Island iced tea. Oh, but I'm not supposed to say that?
No.
Oh, sorry. It's
Sukkot is
Short
fun.
Island loss.
We're having a lake iced tea.
Yeah.
See?
Lake Island. Okay.
The feast is for fun. The feast is to enjoy one another. It's to remember how Yah took care of our forefathers when they were going through the wilderness and having to reside in booths. It's to remind us that he never left us, nor did he forsake us. It's to remind us that he provided for us every day, bread from heaven, water, even if it had to come from a rock. It is to remind us of his dwelling amongst us even right now. And it reminds us also that there's going to come a time in the future when we will all gather in the great Feast of Tabernacle, when he himself will be our tabernacle. It's a beautiful time. We want everybody to have a good time. We're going to have time for discussions about stuff, but even during our discussions, we're going to always remember to keep Yah first, and to remember the purpose for us being here is to celebrate the wonderful work of our Abba Yah, and to also celebrate the salvation he provided through Yahushua.
Oh, I just wanted to add, just because you've been camping, Sukkot is not like camping. I felt
good.
like that the
Thank
first
you.
year. Like, I was like, okay, to just go and camp. Like, it's not like that at all. When you begin to practice and to do these feast days, the Most High shows up in a miraculous way, and you get to understand some of the rules and laws and statutes and commandments and regulations that were given to our ancestors when they were in the wilderness, on how they were supposed to handle each other and how they were supposed to do certain things and how they looked out for one another, even how the camp was situated and living outside and just certain things, like for instance, like trash. And we're not putting down rules, but I'll just say something simple, like when you have trash. If one person leaves trash, not a big deal. But if 200 people don't pick up after themselves, it becomes a mess. You can see why some of the laws and statutes are instituted for living in community, and to know, like Maury said, that we will be living not maybe in booths. Well, that's a whole nother lesson, but we are in a position to where we may potentially have to live in this kind of lifestyle where we have to look out for one another and might need to get some tents and be on the outskirts for a little bit. So this is practice. It's really prep.
It's like rehearsal.
It's rehearsal for what is sure to come, especially in Jacob's trouble. And
we'll be talking to the brothers too once you all get up there, because each night we're going to ask the brothers if they would, a couple of brothers each night, go on patrol to make sure that the campsite is safe and that ain't nobody out doing what they ain't got no business and things like that. But we'll handle those logistics and things like that. But you will see that, like Hulda says, it is not like when you was in the 6th grade and you went camping. That's not what this is. As a matter of fact, one of the things that will kind of throw you off in the beginning of it is like, there is no like, get up at this time, go here at this time, be here at this time, this at this time, this. We don't have that kind of thing set up. It's more or less, we're going to have events, and if you would like to attend them, fine. If you decide, no, I'm just going to chill out by the lake today, hey, fine too. It's really about hanging out with each other and remembering the things I just mentioned earlier. And then ultimately we're going to have the Ruach moves during Sukkot. I can't really tell you, but your life is not going to be the same after you have spent several days with Hebrew Israelite conscious from across the nation. It's going to be a beautiful thing. Okay.
No, that's it. I was looking up. I was like, oh, that probably was weird. There were like 2 hummingbirds fighting over a gnat. So sorry if I was like all zoned out. But that's it. And I'm glad we got to put this up. And I will not delete this one.
Hallelujah.
Well, you're so nice.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, that's it.
Don't delete it, baby.
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not. It was an accident. It was an accident. Okay.
We love you all. Shalom, shalom. We will see you in October, if not sooner. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Shalom. Yep, right there at the top.